58-49.
The high school action is hot in Chicagoland, and nobody delivers it better than Preps Plus in the Chicago Tribune. Every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Preps Plus serves up the games, the players, and the plays that mean the most to you. High school's greatest hits, scores, and a way to keep track of the local sports scene. So dive into full color coverage and get in the game. The high school game with Preps Plus, only in the Trib. For home delivery, call 1-800-TRIBUNE.
With U.S. savings bonds and the payroll savings plan, you can save a little or a lot every payday. So make it a habit and watch your savings grow.
We have 1 quarter of play remaining here from St. Joseph High School. I'm Dave Owen along with Micah Golnick. And it is 58-49 St. Joseph.
And that's a target that you and I have not hit very often, and our basketball prevails.
Well, everybody has tonight in the white and purple uniforms. Both sides hitting a wide variety of wonderful shots. As the 4th quarter underway, and the first shot draws mortar.
Yeah, we haven't seen many bricks in this game, but that definitely qualifies.
Aker. 18 points, and it's an 11-point lead.
You know, what Aker did there that was so great is he didn't have control of the ball at first.
Oh, is that a great play? Michael Allen dribbling between 2 defenders, found himself free at 3-point range and buried it. And it's back to 8.
To finish my thought, he didn't have control, so he didn't rush the shot. He got the ball, took his time, and hit.
There's a slam dunk. He hit that one too, I think. High fives all around in the St. Joseph cheering section. And it's 62-52. Fields back to Allen. He answers with a 3. Had a couple of splinters from the ceiling on it. He's got 27. Molis hounded at half court, and there's going to be a foul called on Thornton. And now Gene Pingator wanting the timeout. That foul called on Kevin McGee, number 12, who we see struggling from his trip to the hardwood.
I can't believe Michael Allen. I mean, that shot came from, that was like Oak Brook, I think that shot came from. I mean, you know, that reminds me of that shot that John Stockton hit against the Bulls at the end of second overtime a couple weeks ago. He just stopped. Never a doubt that that ball was going in.
And that's just a junior. We've talked a lot about Gerald Aker tonight and his future in the Big Ten with Ohio State. Michael Allen, who I have to admit some of his shots, he has that shooter's mentality of take the shot no matter where it is, when it is. And if you adjust that a little bit, I'll tell you what. We finally got a look at our mascot. The Thornton Wildcat is here tonight. Then there he is again. Well, it's quite an outfit.
And basically he was just talking to some of the cheerleaders, just kind of, you know, doing what a Wildcat would do on a Saturday night.
That's about the only way you could get me to put on that outfit, would be to station me near the cheerleaders and let me talk to them all night.
Well, that's what you used to do in high school, isn't it?
We're back to action just in time as Wardlaw catches Brooks, lobs to Aker.
And that's what Aker wanted about 5 minutes ago, and he finally got it.
It's 64-55. Akers had 2 dunks. Allen missed that 3-pointer. They're just matching specialties right now, Allen and Aker. Foul was called on St. Joseph. Musashio called for the foul. And with 6:31 left in the game, Michael Allen will go to the free throw line with his 5th attempt of the game. He is 4 for 4 thus far.
Michael Allen with 27 points.
We're going to be selecting our Chicago Tribune Continental Cablevision Player of the Game at the conclusion of tonight's game. Allen has 3 free throws, and he's missed the first 2 as he was fouled attempting the 3-pointer. You got a two-sided coin handy? Boy, we're gonna have to cut the award in half, I think. Allen hitting 1 of 3.
He almost struck out.
64-56. You could give Wardlaw, Aker, or Allen, or Coleman strong consideration for player of the game at this point. Wardlaw to Molis for 3. It's good.
Again, never a doubt. He was just in such a great rhythm on that shot.
Driving to the basket, Jasmine Bradford of Thornton, and he was fouled. This one will go on Derek Molis. Second foul on Derek, and Thornton will inbound with 6:02 left. Kevin McGee coming in, number 12, as we see, and Bradford will check out for the Thornton Wildcats. Allen posting up and driving, and he hits. He just backed in on Wardlaw, just like a forward or a center would do, and hit the turnaround.
Well, again, Michael Allen, so sure of himself, and this is a guy that is going to be an excellent college player too. And I'll tell you why. He's 6'2" right now. He's going to grow a few more inches. He's going to be a perfect height for a college guard. He's already got the shooter's touch. Boy, oh boy, this Michael Allen has quite a future, I would think, also in collegiate play.
He's got 31 tonight. 10 in the fourth quarter, and we've only played 2 minutes and 5 seconds of it. 67-59. Wardlaw's trip, but gets to the Molis. Another 3.
Molis was hounded by Ahmad Fields, but it didn't bother him a bit.
Coleman for 3. He can't hit. On the boards again, Obaya Fields to Allen. Off balance, couldn't get it, but he'll get 3 free throws as he was fouled.
I'll tell you what, if that ball had gone in, I would have just given up and gone home.
You were going to write him in the primary on March 17th for president, I'll bet.
Only if he belongs to a certain party, which I know I cannot say.
We're not allowed to mention names anymore because we're getting close to primary time. So Allen hits the first free throw. We're not allowed to politic at all.
That's right.
Gene Pingator, hands on hips. Allen's got the rhythm back at the free throw line. He hit his first 4, missed 2. Now he's hit 4 straight. He's hit 5 straight at 70-62. Allen has scored every Thornton point of this quarter, 14 in 2.5 minutes.
The St. Joseph's has to be very careful with their passes out by the timeline because Allen is trying to pick off everyone, and he's got the capabilities.
Horton adjusts the shot but missed it. Fields the rebound. What Sam Camelli did that time was extend the zone. He didn't want Molis burning him again, and Molis did not burn them. As Thornton will keep the ball deflected out of bounds. As we look at Sam Camelli, who led his Thornton Wildcats to back-to-back state tournament Elite 8 trips in 1983 and 1984. Inbounds pass stolen, but it hit the sideline, so Thornton will inbound. Thornton's elite graduates, Darren Guest played on those teams. Rod Higgins, currently with the Golden State Warriors, attended Thornton High School. And Tracy Webster, who's currently playing at Wisconsin. Allen misses the 3, and then reached in the backcourt on Wardlaw.
Well, now Michael Allen's got to be careful because he just picked up his 3rd foul, and if ever there was a player that a team couldn't afford to lose to fouls, it's Michael Allen. And he knows it. You could see him nod to his coach. He knows he's got to play smart.
And really, he's played most of this game with 2 fouls. He picked up 2 quick ones in the first half and has done a nice job avoiding picking up that 3rd until now with 4:42 left. Aker catches, dishes back to Thornton. 1 pass too many, and it's deflected and stolen. Coleman! As adds his 21st and 22nd points. He's matched his uniform number. And the St. Joseph lead, which was 11 at one point, is down to 6, 70-64.
Just can't put them away. And that's a credit to Thornton more than it is a discredit to St. Joseph's.
Brooks laid it in, and he was fouled. James Brooks with 15 with a key bucket there. He will attempt to add the third point.
I mean, Thaddeus Wardlaw has the most incredible body control, the way that he just gets everything to go the same way at once. It's not easy to do.
Brooks now 4 of 4 at the line. That foul was called on Kevin McGee, his third. McGee dished to Fields. That's Ahmad Fields. Through the hands of McGee. Stolen by Wardlaw. And now Floyd Coleman running gingerly on an ankle. And a timeout called on the floor to attend to Coleman. 3:55 to play.
And again, you know, to talk a little bit about what I was just saying, you know, when you say sometimes, you know, with Thaddeus Wardlaw getting his whole body to do this, go the same way at once, you need enormous body control, and you need to be just so together physically to be able to make those kind of moves. As you take a look at the St. Joseph's huddle, and you know, not everything wine and roses in that huddle right now, despite their lead.
Well,
but a lot of players don't have that type of body control, and they try to make those moves, and they trip themselves up. And Wardlaw is so able to do that, and he's just something else. He is the perfect guard right now. He's just, I think it's safe to say he's the best guard I've seen all year long in high school play.
Well, heredity plays a big role in two families on the St. Joseph side. Derek Molis' father, as we mentioned, playing in the NBA, and Wardlaw's father played Big Ten basketball at Iowa.
You know, and I feel maybe that I slighted somebody when I said that Wardlaw's the best guard we've seen all year. Let's make him the co-best guard, because Michael Allen certainly doesn't need to bow his head to anybody. He's incredible.
And fans, we still have the postseason to come here on Continental Cablevision. What a way to close out the regular season. Allen in the backcourt is fouled. He'll get the 1-and-1.
That's 3 on Brooks.
So Allen will go back to the free throw line. He shot 7 already here in the fourth quarter.
Well, this is one guy you don't want to go to the line. And in the position St. Joseph's is in right now, you really don't want anybody going to the line. You've got a 10-point lead. You don't want to give Thornton the opportunity to score points with no more seconds running off the clock.
Back to 9, 75-66. Allen's going to pick up at half court. Now Molis catches. Really a 1-3-1 zone extended almost to half court by Thornton. Aker in the corner now. And St. Joseph really running 4 corners. Wardlaw dishes to Aker. Boy, Sam Camelli wanted a charge there, but he didn't get it. Allen tried to dish it back, but he was fouled. He had nowhere to go and was fortunate to pick up a foul on one of the St. Joseph players.
I'll tell you what, though, if that was 4 corners, Dean Smith would have been very proud at how well run that was.
I was surprised the charge wasn't called, though. Wardlaw barreled in there and ran over a Thornton player.
Oh, it could have been. It very well could have been, but in terms of the way that it was executed, in terms of the way that it was set up, the way that Aker drove the baseline and got the pass from Wardlaw, it was just outstanding.
Allen hits them both at 77-68, 3:07 left.
I'm afraid that Allen might have the Thurman Thomas syndrome, though, being an incredible player and yet coming up short on our player of the game, because he may be on the losing end.
That full court man-to-man pressure is broken.
Let's hope he's more mature than Thurman Thomas.
Reverse layup is good by Horton. Rodney Horton with 4 points, and it's 79-68. Ball stolen. Wardlaw. That might be the icing on the cake for St. Joseph, as they're going to run some clock now. They'll wait for a good opportunity. Wardlaw. Horton.
Well, it's slipping away from the purple and white-clad Thornton Wildcats, and they put up a valiant effort.
Allen fires the three, can't get it. Fields on the glass, laid it in. Ahmad Fields with 6. Aker flies to the basket, another great pass by Wardlaw, and Aker's going to get 2 free throws as he is fouled.
Well, you know, you just said something that certainly struck a chord with me, and I think it's a key to this game. You said Ahmad Fields with 6. If you take a look at Jasmine Bradford, Abaya Fields, and Ahmad Fields, they combined for 11 points in this game. Now, I realize Allen has had an incredible game. I keep using that word, but I can't think of a better adjective. And Floyd Coleman certainly was great in the first half especially. But you've got to have more balanced scoring than that. You look at St. Joseph's, and you look at, Wardlaw with 22, Aker with 24, Brooks with 13. Much more of a balanced attack.
It's not only balanced scoring even, Mike, because Thornton isn't getting balanced shooting. Allen's taking virtually every shot, and when he hasn't shot, it's been Coleman. Or underneath, Ahmad Fields or Abaya Fields have been collecting offensive rebounds and doing a good job, but that's been the extent of their shooting.
And what that does is it freezes up the other players offensively. They lose their rhythm. It's very difficult for them as you take a look at some of the more vocal and loyal St. Joseph's fans. And being that we're sitting right next to them, I can say that firsthand. They're great fans here at St. Joseph's. But again, those players just really can't get into their rhythm, and it's very difficult for them to become a part of the game offensively. They've been a part of the game defensively, especially a guy like Ahmad Fields and his brother Abaya, but they can't get into the flow on the other end of the court.
And for you folks who have watched tonight's game in its entirety and looked at this white floor and wondered what is that? That's a tile floor, which you don't see very often in high school anymore.
Okay.
That's right. Aker. Wardlaw dribbles past Allen, and the foul will be number 4 on Michael Allen.
Well, Michael Allen just got his hand caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. Tried for the steal, then when he heard the whistle, he looked at the referee for a moment, hoping it wasn't going to be true. Found out it was, nodded his approval, I would think, to the official and went on with his play. I really have not seen any bickering between these players and the officials tonight. It's a sign of good officiating and classy athletes.
Wardlaw en route to the basket is fouled. Bradford called for the foul as we look at Gene Pingatore with John Musacchio. Wardlaw will go to the free throw line. He's shot just 1 free throw tonight. He's been the transition man and the assist man tonight, and what a job he's done doing both. And now 2 of 2 at the line. Into the game for Thornton, number 50, Kameen Johnson. Another junior. That's the nice thing about Thornton for Sam Camelli. He's going to have a lot of familiar faces back next year. Wardlaw 1 of 2, but it's a 12-point St. Joseph lead. Allen for 3, it's good. His 4th three-pointer of the game. He's got about 60 this season. Oh, what a move. Added touch of glitter to that shot. Allen missed the 3, and Wardlaw has the rebound.
Forget Irving and Jabbar. I'd pay to see these two go one-on-one, Wardlaw and Allen. That's what I'd pay to see.
Wardlaw lost the ball momentarily, about the first dribbling error he's made tonight, but Bradford fouled him. So back to the line goes Thaddeus Wardlaw. And we're going to have to choose our player of the game. And I've got 2 choices on the winning team, 3 choices overall. But
well, I think it's kind of obvious who you're talking about, Dave. And
I like the guy at the end of the bench. How about you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think he's played an integral role. Well, come on. I mean, you got to go with Wardlaw and Aker for St. Joseph's, and there's no way we can leave out Michael Allen. I don't care if he's the only guy that scored points for Thornton. I'm not saying he was. I'm saying even if he was, you still got to give him some of the accolades that he deserves.
86-73. This is about as high scoring a high school game as you'll see.
Oh, this is what I wanted.
Bradford, he can't connect, and Aker has the rebound.
Flat-footed.
And in the backcourt, the foul. So we'll come back to the offensive end of St. Joseph. Chargers up 86-73. And just 58 ticks remaining.
You know, and the thing is about Aker and Wardlaw and Allen, barring injury, and we certainly wish them the best, these guys have their best basketball ahead of them, and that's a scary thought for anybody that challenges these guys. Now, meanwhile, hey, I'll go up against these guys one-on-one on a playground anytime, provided it's in something other than basketball.
You're noted as one of the more frightening foes around the northwest suburbs.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you could match wits and games with anyone.
Well, you know, I used to play basketball, and I averaged 8 points a season.
Then your parents took away the Atari, right?
No, that was the real thing.
Fields, a round and out, rebound good. Abaya Fields with 5. He's played a solid game for Thornton. Not on the scoreboard necessarily. Aker. From James Brooks, and it's 89-75. Allen adjusts the 3, can't get it. Fields with the rebound, throws it up, can't get it, but he was fouled.
And he's down on the court laughing. I mean, that was, you talk about a manufactured shot. That one hadn't quite come off the factory line yet when he put that up.
Well, we're going right to the wire, and we're going to get our full entertainment right to the final second. Aker and Brooks check out. Anthony Winburn back in along with Horton. Rodney Horton for St. Joseph.
You know,
Fields has 7.
I don't want to take anything away from any other. And look, here comes Wardlaw. And this guy deserves an ovation, which he's getting.
Rashad Watkins, a junior, number 14, checks in.
This is taking nothing away from any of the other games or teams that we've seen, but this was the most enjoyable that I've seen, I think, in a couple of years.
Abaya Fields takes it to 7. Mike, I agree with you. This has been a very entertaining game, wire to wire. And I think Molis was fouled. I just have a hunch he was fouled on that play. So Derek Molis will go to the free throw line with 5 seconds left, and he'll have a chance to push the lead up to 11.
You think if that was a hockey game, there'd be a bench-clearing brawl right now because of that hit. But anyway, you want to know who the player of the game is, and I guess we have to pick one guy.
Are we allowed to pick 2, I wonder? Because I don't know how to decide.
This is our question. We have to pick our player of the game. And so we're going to go into the people that know best. We'll do that in just a moment.
I think we're going to split the award right down the middle. 91-78. Allen for 3, can't connect, and she's over. And what a show it was. In the third quarter alone, 62 points were scored in 8 minutes of play. That's a basket every 15 seconds.
That's about right. That's about right. And
who needs a shot clock?
well, Certainly not these guys, and I have a feeling there's a possibility that maybe one of these guys that played in this contest tonight might actually play in a league one day when they have a shot clock. And I'm talking about a 24-second shot clock. There's some good talent on this court, and both of these teams have turned out guys like you talked about, Rod Higgins, Isaiah Thomas, guys that go on to play in the National Basketball Association. Not often one does, but a whole lot of talent on these two squads, and this was a great basketball game. Thaddeus Wardlaw and Gerald Aker leading St. Joseph's respectively with 27 and 26 points. And Michael Allen, who was just nothing short of unstoppable in this game.
41 points. I had
41 points.
20 in the fourth quarter.
Well, there's not much to say. I mean, there's nothing really to analyze in a game like this. All you need to say is that both teams played very well. Despite the fact that there were a lot of points scored, I think both teams did some good things defensively. There was just such a high level of athleticism in this contest. It was just a pleasure to watch.
And our players of the game tonight, Gerald Aker and Thaddeus Wardlaw. How do you choose between them? Each one contributed in a great way to a 91-78 victory for St. Joseph High School. Thank you for joining.
They're both seeded 12th. Is it fair to say then that Stanford and West Virginia were the last two teams to make it?
Well, we've never stated who was the last team because really they never quite come in that way. Certainly they were among those that we were considered in that cluster of teams there at the last to fill out our 34 at-large selections, though. Yes, that's correct.
One of the things, Roy, that you spoke of earlier on, maybe a couple of weeks ago, were these teams in the 500 bracket. I noticed Notre Dame, 14-14, 17 games this year they played against teams that made the tournament, finished 8-9 against those teams. You mentioned the Green Bay situations. How about that cluster of teams, Notre Dame, Villanova, Virginia types that were 500, tough schedules, but didn't get in?
Well, we looked at those teams very carefully. We looked at them from the standpoint of what percentage of those wins were against top 50 or top 100, how many of them came against the bottom 50 or bottom 100, how many of their losses, and that's a very significant part, came against that type of team down at the bottom. And that certainly impacted some of those teams. You have to look at their total season, not just at a few outstanding victories, and frequently we remember the outstanding victories and forget some of their very critical losses during the season, but the committee looks at their total season, and that's the factor that determines the selection.
Roy, please comment on the surprising performance by the Metro. No team seated higher than a 7, no automatic bid, but still 4 teams in the tournament.
Well, there's no question the Metro had a very strong conference this year, even though they did not have an automatic qualifier. There were those people who were afraid some teams like that might get overlooked this year, but I think that's evident that the committee took its responsibility very seriously, looked at those records, compared them very closely, and the strength of that competition, not only within their own grouping of teams, but outside that grouping, and as a result, we felt very strongly they deserved those 4 bids.
All right, Roy Kramer, good job. Congratulations to you. Thank you, Greg Gumbel. And folks, when we come back, we're going to go